Was I watching Pep Guardiola today, or was I watching Jose Mourinho, Diego Simeone, or even Mikel Arteta? Is that style of football that I saw today? I did not expect it from him, but it almost paid off. But Martinelli made sure that did not happen. Here are the 5 things I learned from the Arsenal-Manchester City game that ended 1-1, and also the 5 things I learned from the Liverpool-Everton game, which was played yesterday as we make it 5 wins out of 5. To start off the Premier League season, this is a perfect result for Liverpool Football Club. We move. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and let's get into this game. So the first thing I've learned, Erling Haaland on the transition, game over. Light work is done. Because, bro, the way he had Saliba and Gabriel in that first half, he was causing them problems, but especially Gabriel for that goal. Quick little touch, great pass to set up Reinders for the devastating counter-attack. Reinders timed this pass perfectly. Haaland threw on goal, right foot, no problem. No problem at all. This is how you play to Haaland's strength. On the transition, he's one of the most devastating players that you will ever see. He's an absolute joke. And his numbers, I don't know if... Let me see if I can get the stats up from Haaland's numbers. But his numbers is absolutely ridiculous. So let me see. All right, cool. Haaland's Premier League goals. Because, bro, he's breaking all sorts of records at the moment, bro. I think this is his 6th Premier League goal of the season. Apparently, he has 86 Premier League goals. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna. I'm pretty sure that he has more than that. I'll see if I can find the updated one. But let's still dive into this game, because you see Erling Haaland, he's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. It's definitely on the transition, and his all-round game is definitely. I'm not gonna lie, it is improving still, because if you saw Haaland from last season or even the year before, he's not moving the ball the way he's moving over the last couple of weeks, to be honest. The way he's knocking it off, keeping possession, making the game tick. Like, I can't lie, he's moving mad still, Erling Haaland. And that's his 6th Premier League goal of the season. 6 already. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. So, yeah, shout out Erling Haaland all day, every day, innit? But, yeah, let me see if this is correct. Someone correct me in the comments if I got this wrong, innit? But I'm seeing 86 Premier League goals. I think he has more than that. But, yeah. Second thing that I've learned is that what is it? Second thing that I learned is that Gyökeres, yes, I've got it bang on now. Victor Gyökeres against the big sides, he's just not that guy. He's not that guy. If it was Ruben Diaz or Kuzmanov or Ruben Diaz or Gvardiol in the second half, they had him on lock. You see his deficiencies when he's playing up against a top team with top defenders. And even Manchester City's defense hasn't been looking like too great over the last couple of weeks. But they still have credit in the bank, especially the likes of Ruben Diaz and Gvardiol. And they use their experience, they use their physicality to really like cause Gyökeres problems whilst defending him. And Gyökeres done F4. When he got the ball, like he wasn't looking convincing. Runs in behind weren't happening. Like he wasn't impacting the game at all. Not at all. He can score against the sides that Arsenal should beat, but against top oppositions, he may come wanting, because he doesn't have that link-up play. He doesn't have, apart from running in the behind, what does he have to affect the game? What does he have to cause defenders problems other than his physicality and his run and his pace? Nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, man, with Gyökeres against the big sides, don't worry about him. He ain't going to contribute. Don't worry. You see, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. You understand? So, yeah, man, that's for me for Victor Gyökeres. Number 3. Let me see if I can... number 3, Mikel Arteta's starting 11 and his approach in the first half cost Arsenal the game, in my opinion. Because, I'm sorry, yes, they had so much of the ball. As you can see, obviously, this is throughout the entire 67% possession. And I saw a stat that he had more possession than Man City in the first half. But it was almost like Arsenal was playing for crosses, playing for corners. Like, they weren't really troubling Manchester City when they had the ball. Manchester City was looking comfy. They was trying to break between the lines as well. It weren't happening, so they resorted to crosses. And I'm sorry, when you're playing 4 centre-backs and 3 DMs, do you really expect creativity? You don't. He needs to be braver. 4 centre-backs and 3 DMs in the biggest game of your season so far at the Emirates is criminal. Football will be in a dark place if Arteta ends up winning either a Premier League or a Champions League with that style, with that approach to a game. Because I'm sorry, it was absolutely criminal. Eze should have started this game. As you saw in the second half, he contributed. Do you see what the thing to break down mid blocks or low blocks here? You need players that has that creativity and sees the pitch differently from the other players on the pitch, innit? And Eze saw the run from Martinelli. He picked that wonderful over the top pass, and Martinelli, great finish, the dink Donnarumma. So that's what I'm trying to say. When you have players that can make a difference just by a split second, game changing moments like Eze, these things help. And now people are going to point to squad depth. Bro, Eze should be a first teamer anyway. Should be a first teamer anyway. I'm happy that he's not. But if you would have started Eze in that game, Saka, I understand, didn't it? Because he was coming back from an injury. But if you start Eze in this game, I guarantee you Arsenal would have won this game. I guarantee flipping to you. But they didn't. Arteta's approach definitely, in my opinion, cost Arsenal the game. And obviously, number 4, Pep Guardiola. Bro, he did say in the past he learned things from different managers, and you can tell that he did, because I'm sorry, I thought I was watching Mikel Arteta, Jose Mourinho, Diego Simeone all rolled into one with the approach, especially in the second half. They allowed Arsenal to have the ball. That every time they got the ball, Manchester City, they was kicking it long so Arsenal can get possession. He subbed off Haaland, his most devastating counter-attacking strength, to bring on a DM. Doku, who performed very well, by the way, with his ball carrying and his dribbling in tight spaces. He took him off for Savinho, fair enough, but you can tell that the approach from Pep Guardiola was to hold on to a lead. I don't know if last season was in his head because they got destroyed 5-1. I don't know if that was in his head, but I'm sorry. I did not expect that from Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola tried to think. It didn't work, but he was close to doing so. So obviously, this is new that I learned from Pep. Still, he can adjust his tactics with different teams and that, and that's what he done. The mind games thing definitely worked in Manchester City's favour today. Bernardo Silva was rattling the Arsenal midfield and players and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Pep Guardiola tried to ting and it didn't work. And the last thing that I've learned is that Liverpool Football Club look like they could be unstoppable. We're 5 points clear of Arsenal, 8 point clear of Manchester City, if I'm not mistaken. And we haven't even played that good. We haven't even played that good, and we're still getting wins. 5 wins out of 5. Yeah, 5. Oh, what's in my lip? Yeah, 5 wins out of 5. Catch us if you can. And yeah, let me just check the stats right now. Let me just actually make good use of this. So obviously Arsenal had more possession, they had more shots. Obviously City had more big chances. And if you look at the players that performed, obviously let me go through the starting 11. Obviously player ratings. Obviously these doesn't mean too much, but it does paint a full reflection on the game. Obviously Rodri was holding it down. Carvalho actually had a decent game. Reinders I thought was very good. As for Arsenal, the 2 centre backs, they're alright, but Haaland definitely caused them problems. Obviously, Declan Rice was doing Declan Rice things. Zubimendi, I thought was poor today. On the ball and also off the ball. Moreno in the midfield, it doesn't work. A pairing of obviously when Rice and Moreno's in the midfield, it doesn't. Arsenal only won one game. And there's a reason for that. Trossard came in. I was a bit surprised, but I thought you done all right. Madueke, he was actually the one player that I thought was given attacking intent throughout that first half. He got taken off. So yeah, man, that's for it. That's me for the Arsenal Manchester City game. Pep tried a thing, it didn't work, but it's a good result for Liverpool Football Club. As yesterday we won 2-1 to make it 5 wins out of 5. And boy, oh boy, that first half we was moving. Ryan Gravenberch, one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Top 2, comfy. Him and Pedri, and actually top 3. Him, Pedri, Vitinha. Let's go out. Let's have a drink. Let's have a meal. Let's talk. Because I'm sorry, Gravenberch is moving mad. On and off the ball, holding down the midfield, intercepting the ball, reading the game very well, making late runs to getting goals. He can also get assists. Let's be honest, he's moving into a complete midfielder. He's an absolute gem. Absolute gem. Mo Salah had his best game so far this season for me. Unlucky to not get a goal. But his touches were good. His passes was good. Like, that was Mo Salah. Not at his very best, but that was Mo Salah warming, you understand? McAllister, I thought he was a bit inconsistent throughout the game. You can see that he's still not fit, in my opinion. Obviously, Szoboszlai done very well. Van Dijk, Konate holding it down. We're seeing Konate coming back to his levels now of a very good defender that is close to being world class. You got the likes of Kirkes won his duels. Mentally, he was locked in. He was less rash, making right decisions. And he had a tremendous game. You understand? Conor Bradley, I feel like he done all right. I feel like he done well. But there was periods in the second half when Grealish was really causing him a bit of issues. But, so it's not really that deep like that. As we got the win and we finally didn't give away a 2-0 lead. Thank God for that. So, yeah, man. Arne Slot, we're just rolling on, man. Catch us if you can. You understand? Obviously, second half, it was a bit poor in the second half, to be honest. Like, we weren't keeping the ball well. Everton was growing into the game. But you know what, though? We had to manage the game well, and that's exactly what we did, you understand? We managed the game very well. Obviously, experience played a part. Hugo Ekitike got himself a goal with a great finish, and he had a very good game. And imagine we brought off Ekatike to bring on Isak. Give me one. You know them ones there. Like our squad is just cold, too cold with it. And also another thing as well. Another thing as well with the whole following works coming on. He didn't have the best of games, but like I said, I'm not deleting my stocks. My stocks is invested heavily in flooring works, and flooring works will come good. I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all. So for all the people that's asked me how long will I give him, I'm giving him 2 seasons. And even I might actually give him 3 because I know a player that he's capable of being. And people are saying we might not see that at Liverpool. We will see that. It's just the physicality is eating him alive at the moment. That's what's happening. He's eating him alive at the moment. But he will come good, 100%. So there was some standout performers that, as I mentioned, there was players that didn't really perform, but all that matters is the win, innit? As Crystal Palace is, we're going to Crystal Palace next week, who's still unbeaten, and that's going to be a difficult game because Crystal Palace is kind of a bogey. So I believe we'll win that game, but we'll see, innit? Obviously, stats: 11 shots to 9, 3 shots to 2, 1 big chance. Obviously, you go through the player ratings and stuff like that. Obviously, Garen Birch, man of the match. McAllister, yeah, like I said, inconsistent there. Connor Bradley, I thought he done all right, but there was periods in that second half where Grealish had him. Cody Gakpo, he's too predictable, man. He's being too predictable nowadays, man. Too predictable, man. But obviously, hopefully, he switches up his game in it because I feel like defenders are starting to figure him out. And yeah, man. As for Everton, in Gay had a decent game. Tarkowski doing his thing. So yeah, man, that's how the game went, man. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at the table now, obviously, perfect start, 100% record. Catch us if you can. I'll be doing another video in terms of rounding up the rest of the Premier League games, which will be coming out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And until then, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you keep subscribing. Make sure you keep liking this video and leave your comments down below in it. Let's engage, man. Why for that? But you get what I'm trying to say. So until then. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.